I'm Glenn Hatcher, and I've written a book, Why God Thinks He Can Use You. It's about God's great mission. God's active in the earth. He's not passive. He's not absent. He's here. He wants to use everybody, all the time, everywhere, to do good and to advance His kingdom. In the book, I talk about the process God uses to transform us and make us more useful for His purpose. We talk about the fact that He calls us, every one of us, that He gifts us differently, that He anoints us and disciplines us so that we are useful for His purpose and for His mission. We have to think differently. Where do we go from here? What do we do now? How do we live differently? How do we live as missionaries in the world today? How do we live on a mission with God? And what does that look like in everyday life? How do we change lifestyle? How do we change our focus? Because that's what being on mission with God is all about. God is on a mission, and He invites you and I to be a part of it. And He's so passionate about that mission that He invests Himself in us. Recently, after a church service, a lady came to me and she said, "You know, when I read your book, it's like hope was rebirthed in me. Somehow I'd lost hope. I just didn't seem to have that old spark. But somehow when I read your book, that hope was rebirthed." I like that. That's the reason we wrote this book. I'm pleased with the impact this book is having on those who read it. In fact, the other day, a fellow came up to me and he told me, "This book has changed my life." And I said, "Well, I'm glad that it's impacted you." And he said, No, you don't understand. It's changed my life. It helped me not to feel like a square peg in a round hole, but to understand that God's purpose for me might be different from others. It's my hope that when you read this book, it will awaken a new passion in you and a new clarity of how you fit into God's great mission.